Okay guys, so we got a new Blender file. We're going to be making this CGI snake as seen in this video. Project file. Snake as seen in this video. Project files are in the description. Okay, so first things first, we're going to make the snake. So I'm just going to grab the faces here. I'm in edit mode. This is important. We don't want to change the scale, the object mode scale here, because that makes things annoying and finicky. Because most of the time, if something's wrong in Blender, just check these. If it doesn't say one, it might be that reason why. So we're going to scale on the y-axis. I'm going to go with like 15, and then I'm going to select the face on the negative y-axis side, because that's the axis I typically like to just call forward. And then I'm just going to say, like, we're going to go out 4 meters, and then we're going to like scale it. And then to make this like appropriate proportions, so that's going to be a head. This is a very large head here. This snake, that's really big. Well, I kind of want to do that. And then so what we're going to do is we're going to do some loop cuts here. And then what we just got to do is we just got to select these edges here and delete these edges. And then we select these edges, we fill them. And then we select these ones and we fill them. We got a mouth. Okay, we're all done with box modeling. Of course, you can add more things. Like you can add loop cuts like this and scale them the way you want. I'm not going to do that right now, but you totally can. But so now we're going to start sculpting it. So what we need to do is we need to go over here, add a multi-resolution. And then we're going to subdivide a few times. So there we go. We're going to turn on the statistics here. That way we can see how many polygons we're using. And if your computer's bad, like how mine is. So now we're going to start sculpting the snake. Remember to turn on the mirror and then just start sculpting and make the snake you want. So a great way of making snakes is understanding how snake anatomy works. So paying attention in biology class is very helpful when you're making creatures. I'm actually going to sculpt at a lower resolution here so that I can have more control over the basic shapes. I'm going to make it a little bit wider over here in the middle. And then so the thing is with the clay strips brush is like you want to be close to it, otherwise it won't work very well. Okay, so there we go. We got some variation going on here. And then this right here, I'm going to bring out a bit using the inflate brush, and then I'm going to use the clay brush to add like more clay here. I'm just going to grab this too in edit mode and just bring it forward some. And then I'm going to smooth it out a bit with the smooth brush. I'm going to use inflate brush, kind of give this more mass. And by the way, before you lose all your hard work, make sure you save your file somewhere. Okay, so now I'm going to work on making, you know what, I'm not going to do some eyes for the snake because it's supposed to be like a ground snake. So I'm going to give it more jaw muscle here. Okay, and so I'll meet you when you're done modeling your snake. All right, if you're still with me, that means you finished your snake. Congratulations. So we're going to shade smooth because let's be honest, it looks better shaded smooth. Now we're going to do the really fun part. We are going to start, well, first we got to rename it. So I'm going to rename it snake_mesh. And then I'm going to hide it. And then I'm going to make a new collection. I'm going to call this one rocks. And so this is going to be a rock collection. And we're going to make some rocks. So making rocks can be really easy or really hard. We're just going to rename this as rock. So we're going to be like using these rocks with geometry nodes. So like we're going to do is we're just going to be like this. You see this right here? Rock. Okay. Then we're going to make another rock. We'll hide that first one. This one right here. We'll like make another rock here. We'll like do it like this and this. And don't worry if things like this right here doesn't make sense. So what you can do here is all you have to do is just come over here and triangulate faces, and then everything like works pretty great. That's already a pretty good looking rock. Yeah, there we go. It's a pretty nice rock because we are going to be putting these on the creature. It's going to look amazing. So, or at least that's like what the goal is. And then let's go like with one more rock. So this one right here, we're going to like make it a bit more different. We're gonna make it smaller. I'm gonna let this come out more. I'm gonna make it more concave on this side. Have it come out a bit more. Yeah, this one's gonna be a lot more concave. Okay, and then so what's important is having your statistics turned on because see this right here, this is 32 triangles. But we're gonna have a ton of rocks. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna unhide our snake mesh. And we're going to unhide all our rocks, and what we can do is we can just like turn off that collection because we're not gonna use it this second. But so we're gonna head over to the geometry nodes tab, and if you don't have one, you can just go and click on this and add it. And we're going to like get rid of this thing because I've never used it before. And then so we're going to click on our snake thing, and we'll just apply the multi-resolution, and we're going to hit new geometry nodes. And we're going to name this as snake rocks. Yeah, I can't type today. So now what we got to do is we're going to do a distribute points on faces node. So we got our mesh, and then so we need to have a join geometry as well. And then so just like select all this and just like move it down way over here because we're going to need that space. And then we're going to take the geometry, add it, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do instance on points. So basically what we're doing is we're sticking points and we're sticking them on the faces of the creature. And then we're going to take those points and we're going to stick things onto those points with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect it here. And you're going to see that absolutely nothing happens. It's because we haven't done our collection info. That's why we made the collection of the rocks. So now we're going to do Shift A, and then we're going to do collection info. And then we're going to take the rocks. We're going to say that these are the instances. That's a lot of rocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to tone down the density a lot. So maybe like 0.05. There we go. they're also kind of big. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the scale and we're going to go to vector, and then actually what we could do is we could add some random variation. So random value. We're going to change it from float to vector, and we're going to plug the vector into the scale here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to like say this is going to be like 0.05, and then this one is going to be like 0.3. Actually, let's just crank this one up a bit. Okay, there we go. So now we're getting like more reasonably sized rocks. And then so now, well, what we got to do is going to separate children, reset. Okay, I always forget what we're supposed to do. Pick instances. Um, hmm. One sec. So I finally figured out it. So what you need to do is you need to have these settings on this original, your collection, separate children, reset children, and then pick instance on this thing. So now it should like work. Great. Okay. So we got our rocks on the snake, and obviously you're gonna want more rocks. Like you want to cover your snake in rocks. So you're able to take the rotation and just stick it in like this and make them like rotate. And then so I'm actually going to increase the size. This is I'm gonna say like 0.3 to maybe 0.7. Okay, that's way too big. Maybe 0.5. And then so what we're able to do is like maybe you don't want to have rocks everywhere. Well, I've got really good news for you. Is to see the selection thing, we're able to just plug this into the group input. And then see this thing right, oh, it's right here. It's this thing. We're able to like do stuff with it, which is pretty cool. So this, we can take a vertex group. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the layout tab here, and then just go to white paint. I have my quick favorites, but you can just like come over here and just hit white paint, and then we're gonna make a new vertex group, and we're gonna call it rock group. Okay, and then you're just gonna start painting where you want rocks. Maybe you want them on the tail, and maybe you like don't want any on the belly, because like I don't really want to have a lot on the belly. So you see, I'm not gonna have as much on the belly here, and of course, I want to have that mirror turned on. I'm actually going to remove some from the side here. I don't want it too much. I'm thinking it's gonna get on the belly a bit much. I mostly want it on the back. Okay, so that should be pretty good. So now we got our rock group, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to object mode, and then we're gonna go over back to the geometry nodes tab, and then we're gonna just like hit the shield icon because like why not? Then we want to save it just in case we accidentally delete everything. But speaking of saving, make sure you save it incrementally. So now we're able to take our selection wherever it was. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So you see now we have the rock group. Now we're putting rocks here, and you see there's less here. And of course, if you don't like it, well, you can always go back and edit it here. Because I'm not quite liking it too much here, so I'm going to edit it some. Of course, I think I might need to change the density some. Okay, so see, you can turn off it here, and then so see, there's like some light blues here, like right here. I don't want this here, so I'm just cleaning it up some. Just cleaning it up. And of course, you can always like go into like edit mode here and just like select a bunch of things and come over here and assign these with a weight of 0, and then when you go back into weight paint, it's all good. Okay, so hopefully that's much better now. Okay, it's all right. So now I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we could have bigger rocks on top of by like the head? So what we can do is we can take this maximum value here, and we're going to let's just like put it into a float. Where's the float value? There we go. Or really, we could just plug it into here. Would this work? Okay, this is perfect. So now what we're going to do is, so this is like really cool. Let's just turn this off for a second. And then, so we're going to add another group. So now wherever we paint, so basically red is going to be the rocks are big. And blue is going to be they're smaller. So let's call this one size group. So I want to have much bigger rocks by the head. And then I'm going to like have it fall off a bit more. Okay, there we go. So now we got like our size. Okay, and then, why is it not showing up? Okay, guys, so I don't know what the problem was. I guess I just need to refresh or something because I kind of just played around with it and it works. Maybe just try opening and closing Blender and it'll work because like now I got my things here. And you notice there are bigger rocks by the head and smaller rocks down here, which is pretty cool. So now we are like done with this like stage right here. So there's actually one thing that we could do. So we should do the materials now. So we're going to give the snake, we'll call it snake skin matte. Okay, and we're just going to like give it saving. That way it like saves. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make another material, and we're going to call this one rock matte. Okay, and then we'll save it, and we'll just remove it because we're not going to use it for this part. So we're going to head over to geometry nodes, and we're just going to like set the rocks here. So we're going to go to material, set material. We're just going to get onto here. We're just setting the rock matte. So now when we come over to, for the sake of this, let's just say that the rock matte is or the snake matte is like black. So now what we're doing is we're getting two different like colors here. We're going to have the rocks, and we're going to have the snake. So what we're going to do is we're going to go texture paint. So what we have to do is, so I'm just going to disable the geometry nodes thing, and then I'm going to go over to UV editing. Now I'm going to press A to select everything. I'm going to go to Smart UV Project. I have its quick favorite, but you can just go over to UV, navigate down there. Then change the island margin to that number, and then so wow, that's kind of bad. Like, I mean, look at all this texture we have. That's really bad. Yeah, because typically in things you want to like, this is all like memory here that's being used. You've got like really detailed texture. This is really bad. So if any of you know like a better idea of going about this, please feel free to share in the comments. I'd love to know how to save texture space. So now we got like our UVs done. So now what we have to do is we got to go over to texture paint. And so we're going to like make a new texture, and then let's make a base color. We're gonna give it a, let's just go with 2K texture, and no alpha channel. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack the image because I'm not planning on exporting this, so I'll just pack the image into the file itself. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over to this cool website here called ambientcg.com, and we're going to get some textures. So let's see here. Okay, so once you have your textures, navigate to them. Okay, so select your color texture first. So remember, we have our base color here. And then what we're going to do is, so we have it all like set up for like brush here. You just go down texture, you add it here. But we're not going to use tile. Instead, we're going to use stencil, which is very important. So you're able to like scale the texture using shift and right click. You can, I think you can rotate it. Yeah, control, right click, and then you can like always reset the angle and stuff in here. And so I'm just going to stick it like just on top right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint onto it. And then so it's important to have the color white selected unless you want to like do something different, because the white, if you like have it be like red, it's going to like mix those colors, which usually doesn't give a result that you want. But so the reason why we're doing stencil is because we're going to come over here, and then so we're now going to change it to a normal map. And then so the stencil is going to still be on the same spot where we were before, which is very important. And then so we're going to go over to the normal, and then we're also going to make it 2K. And then we're just going to pack this image as well. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, and we're going to do it for roughness. Roughness. Okay, there we go. And we're going to pack the image. And then we're going to come over here and change this one to roughness. Okay, and then we're going to like put that in like this, like so. Okay, and then we can switch over to material preview, and already it looks gorgeous. But we're not done yet, because so now we can kind of like not look at this so much. And then so what we can do, no, we won't do that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of our texture here, and we're just going to like start painting. But we're not going to do like this. No, what we're going to be doing is we are going to go over to value, and then we're going to, I'm going to like make the head more darker color here. Okay, that's apparently not dark enough. You can switch over. Oh, it's because I'm in the roughness. But so you can switch over. You can switch your colors here with X. And so when I say value, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to have it add. Or no, I'll have it subtract. Yeah, that's what I want. Subtract. Where are you? There we go. It's already looking much better. And make sure you have that mirror turned on. Always have the mirror turned on. Let's see here. What are we doing? Okay, there we go. So now that's all ready. We turn over here, and already it looks so much better, doesn't it? There is a seam here. And you know how we're going to fix that? We're going to take the blur brush thing, and we're just going to blur. See, now my computer's having a hard time keeping up. What seems to be the problem here? Just going to blur it on here. It's less performance heavy there, I'm guessing. Maybe I'll go over to solid. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Normal. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a problem right there. Gonna have to totally blur that a bit. And then so you can press F to adjust your brush size. So I'm just like making the textures look better. You're able to do whatever you want here. Make your snake the way you want. Okay, so we're back now. And so hopefully you picked the textures you liked and painted it the way you wanted to, because now we're moving on. So we're going over to geometry nodes and just like make it material mode, because it's like more nice to look at. It's much more distracting for me to lose a lot of work. Oh, and then so let's actually go over to the shading for the, let's just change this to rock material. That way we can edit it. And so press Control Shift T if you have the Node Wrangler add-on. No, you probably have it, but if you don't, you just go over to File, or wait, no, you go over to Edit Preferences, and then you just like go over to add-ons, and then you just look up Node Wrangler and you enable it, and it gives you all this cool stuff. But anyway, you press Control Shift T, and now, and you want to make sure that you have this one selected, not both of them. It doesn't work if you have both of them, which is annoying. So now just navigate to like a different like rock texture you have. So I'm gonna go with this one. Hopefully this is a good one. And then just select the texture ones that you want. And yeah, that looks pretty good. But what we first got to do is we actually need to go back to the raw collection. Then we need to smart UV unwrap all of these. So just press A. Okay, so just select everything here, and then smart UV unwrap. Select everything, and this one here, smart UV unwrap. Unwrap. Okay. So now it like looks a bit better. Yeah, that does. You know what? What we should do is we should make it a bit darker or something. We can come over here to the shading, and then we're going to make it more metallic. If it'll work for us. Decrease the IOR. Let's see here. We could increase the normal. Or no, I'll just set it at 0.9. That should be good. So now we're going to go back over here to the snake skin map. Okay, so now, we're all accept. It's all great. Okay, so we got our snake, we got the rocks, and now what's left? We gotta add this right here. So actually, what we need to do is we need to come over here. I forgot this step. It's really annoying. We gotta go over here and hit realize instances, and basically this will make everything a lot slower, but we kind of have to do it in order for the geometry to stay. So now we got 12,456 triangles. We're doing pretty great. So I'm just gonna hide the rock collection. We don't actually need it anymore. You can delete it if you want to. I'm not going to though. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add an armature, and this is going to be really easy, right? Because it's the snake, and I don't see the button. Okay, there it is. So we're going to come over here to visibility. We're going to slide. Oh, it's not there. It's under viewport, and we're going to slide in front. And then so I'm going to hit ARX 90 degrees. There we go. That's pretty good. I'm going to scale it up. Actually, I'm going to scale up a lot, like this much. Yeah. That's a pretty good bone for a snake. Okay, and then you know what we're going to hit subdivide. We're going to subdivide it. That should be good enough, right? And then you can always like come and like look at your snake. If you want to ever like select anything here, or you can just press L to select, like, because this is its own separate object, whereas like this one right here is its own separate thing too. But you can press L to select all the linked things, and then so you can add. I'm gonna actually subdivide this a bit more. Yeah, its topology isn't that great, but it's alright. Why is this bone out here? We don't need this one. Okay, so now if we go into pose mode, you might notice that everything's like from the back here, and you may not want that. You might want like an actual tail. So what we can do is we can just delete this bone, and we can delete this bone, and then we can go over here. We're just gonna go Y, and then like again and press Y, and then there we go. So now when we go over pose mode, the like root bone is like it's this spot here that it's like focused on. And now what we got to do is, in order to make it like really cool, we got to have a mouse. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in orthographic view. That way everything's easy for us, and then we're going to separate this bone by pressing. Forget how we do this. Disconnect on, and we're just gonna put it here. We're gonna scale it down a bit, try and make it overlap, and then we're gonna stick this one up here. And you can rename the bones if you want to. It takes a while to rename them. That's why I don't do it unless I'm doing something complicated. And this is a snake. It's not a person, so we should be fine not renaming them. So now what we do is we're going to go over pose mode, and it doesn't do anything because we still need to parent it. So what we're gonna do is we're going to parent it, and then we're going to hit parent with automatic weights, and hopefully everything works. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Okay. Okay, guys, I think I may have figured it out now. So what you gotta do is you gotta go into edit mode. You're gonna hit L to select this, and then what you do is you just hit separate, which is what I did. So now I have two different objects here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make I'm gonna parent it to the skeleton, and now it should work because it's less complicated. Yeah, so it appears to have worked. So like, I mean, like, look at this. It's pretty great. Of course, let's just hide the thing here because I like messed it up a bit. But so what I'm gonna do for this is I'm just gonna remove all the vertex groups, and then so what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this too from it, and then we're going to do surface deform, and then we're going to like set that to be its target, and then hopefully this works. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, what am I missing? Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. It works. Like, look at that. It works pretty great, doesn't it? So yeah, that's how we do it. Yo, okay, I'm really happy. So now we're on to the fun parts. We are going to make the video. Okay, guys, so I'm getting kind of tired of recording, but yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press Alt G and Alt R on the camera here. Just put it back in the middle, and then we're just gonna like bring it back a bit, and we're gonna make it just rotate on the x-axis 90 degrees. And so like now we can press 0, like look at it and see it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna scale it down quite a bit. And then so if you don't have the images as planes add-on, just add it, and then you will have it for this because this next part kind of needs it. So we're gonna do a Shift A, and then we're gonna take the images as planes, and then we're going to where's my image? My video, here it is. But so before you import it, you want to do the where's it? Animate image sequences. Okay, and then so now you're gonna like have it. It's gonna like look really great. Like it already looks amazing. But so we're not like quite done yet though. It's very so I'm gonna like have it like be coming out of the mountain like this. Yeah, like that. Okay, and it's gonna like look great, and we're gonna have like some particles and stuff. But so what we first got to do is we got to change the material here because if we go over to render view, because like let's just like look at it. Also like go, we need to bring in the camera a bit. So on the local axis, we just move it a bit. There we go. That's perfect. So we just need to change this material some. So you're gonna notice that it's just going into the color, but we also want it to go into the emission. And then so we're just gonna open up the emission here. We're gonna drag it down here, and we're just gonna crank it up to maybe like because so see in the render view. It doesn't look like it. This is like what we're seeing in the render. We need to see something else. We need to see it pop. Okay, so there we go. I'm thinking like I'm gonna go for like maybe 1.1. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty good. And then so we can always just like add in a wait. Where's my horizontal? Okay, there we go. And we're just gonna change the timeline. That way I can see what's going on. And so you see we have people running. This thing's gonna come out, and then like it's going to be they're like gonna be like oh no. See that's gonna look like they're speeding up here, and that will be like our little animation. It's gonna look great. So now we're gonna come over here. And so what we got? You know what? We should actually change the material a little bit. We should make it a bit more metallic. This doesn't seem to do anything. So yeah. Okay, so I think that first what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a really epic animation. So we're just gonna like see it like here. I can't wait. Let's have the kids or people run by. Let's see if we can see where their shadow is. It does look kind of overcast. Okay, I don't know where the shadows. I'm assuming the sun's over here. Let's just say the sun's over there. Okay, the sun's over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to like have it like animate like here, GZ. We're gonna say like one is like here, so we're just gonna say location rotation, and we're just gonna hit say GY. And let's say like maybe like right there, and then we're gonna say I location rotation, and then GY, GZ, and then we're gonna be like X. Okay, yeah. Okay, does that look good? I think it does. And then we're going to say location rotation. And then we're going, oh wait, no, we did not want to do that because we were still in frame 1. So let's say like at frame 20, we do that. And then location rotation. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, because you see, I don't like doing a ton of work when I'm animating. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag this out. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. If it will like, okay, there we go. Finally got it. Graph editor. And then, oh my, what is this? Okay, we're gonna go over to modifiers. This one right here is what one is this? Number 4. You know what? This is probably one of the more important ones. So what? I'll just like add modifiers right here, and we're gonna add some noise, and then so that's kind of a lot of noise. So what we're going to do is okay, this one we can only like select one of them at a time. Apparently, I don't like that. Okay, and then we're gonna like make the strength like 0.1. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that the way it is. So now let's just like come over here and see what it looks like. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here to like maybe frame 80, and then we're gonna be like here, and this one's gonna be like here, and then we're gonna say A, eye location rotation, and then oh, that doesn't look that great. Z. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so yeah, now we've got like our animation pretty much done here. So when we play it, this is what happens, and then it kind of just like moves around a bit. You can have that mouth open if you want to. You know, that's actually pretty cool. Like over here, I have it turn around here, so I'm gonna just like take this Control C, Control Shift V, so now it's like facing the other way, and then I'm gonna have its mouth open up, but using the local x-axis. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit AI location rotation, and then I'm gonna like jitter this like a little bit. AI location rotation, or well, okay, you know what? I'm just happy with that. Yeah.
Okay,
You
guys,
guys.
so
I was thinking, and we're doing something wrong here. So what we need to do is we need to like let's just change the scripting one to video sequencer. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add in our like video just to see how many frames this is, because so this right here it says it's only 386 frames. What? That would be way more than that. But okay. So 386 frames. So now we've like got the whole video. And then so we're gonna have like sound effects and stuff. But so what I did for lighting here is I just took a light, and then so see how I'm not really lighting the face. I'm never lighting the face, never lighting it straight on. And the rock material is kind of reflective, so it looks pretty great. And then it's also casting shadow on the mountain here, which looks pretty great. Of course, this right here, there's a shadow there. That's not that good. I don't know. Maybe I'll. Yeah, there we go. That's probably better. I don't know, because then there's still that. Of course, things can cast shadows on clouds. I don't know. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in a cube, and we're going to scale it up, and it's important that you apply the scale with Control A and apply scale. And it doesn't matter your cameras. I'm actually going to have my camera inside it because that's what I usually do, and I like it. But it apparently doesn't matter, and so we're going to create new material, and we're going to call this volume mat. So it's going to like make this look really cool. So I'm really excited. I always love doing the volume. You can tell I'm excited. So Shift A, and then we're going to do volume, principal volume right there. Just going to plug in the volume, not the surface, the volume. Okay, and it's already freaking out. Oh, that looks really good. Except I don't want it quite that much. Maybe 0.05. Okay, and then maybe we turn on that. Maybe you know, whoa. Maybe we like make this, and then we come over to light, and we have it much less volume. Oh, and we call this volume. Okay, so now we've got like that all set, which is pretty great. So we got our like cube here, and then so we can also like change the world color if you want to. I'm going to, let's see what happens when I make it black. Yeah, I'm going to make it a bit darker than usual. Oh, okay, so we do have some light. You know what? I'm going to turn off shadow for the light. And then so for our render engine, so I think I'm going to use Eevee. I'm going to turn on ambient occlusion, bloom, screen space, reflections. Okay. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. Let's see here. Was there anything else that we need to do? So, oh yes, the particle effect. So I'm gonna be right back. I figured it out. So what we're gonna do is add an icosphere, put it where you want your particles if you want particles, and then so just follow my sign. So shorter lifetime is 39. It's really all they changed. And then set this to 0, and then this right here, just like make it a big number like 1.5, and then set this to like 5 or like whatever seems good to you. And then this one right here, set it to collection, and then this one we're gonna do rocks. So now when we play, look at it, it's rendering out our rocks. Isn't that cool? We took the rocks from the snakes back and we made them particles. We like literally killed 2 birds in one stone. What is this? Okay, I don't know what that is. Just ignore it. Hope it works. Because it, like, I mean, it should work. Oh wait, but didn't we want the scale though? I think it'd be good if we could have the scale to be random. Is there a place where we can do that? Is there? Is there? Huh. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. I feel like I thought that. Oh, here it is. Random size. Okay, there we go. That's still not good enough. Okay, and we're also gonna turn off the show emitter. Okay, I guess so. When I hit render image up here, you should not see that. Yeah, there we go. Looks great. I also need to move it over slightly. I'm noticing. There we go. We're going to need to like maybe I'll up the mass a bit. Let's see if that does anything. I also am not gonna have it play that long. I'm gonna have say like 50 particles, and then just do whatever you think like works good. I'm gonna have it be like in 10 frames. Yeah, that already doesn't look amazing. However, some of the particles do go off screen. So I think I'm going to turn down the velocity a little bit, maybe 3. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'm going to give them a bit of drag. Let's see here. Oh, that's way too big. Okay, but there we go. It's already looking like alright. I think I like to say 0.8, 0.08, I mean. Okay. So now, okay, so you see how it's like this right here. When we go like from here to here, if you want your thing to like roar, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go get a roar sound. Okay, guys, so I'm back, and guess what? I figured out how to use speakers. So you just like add it like how I just did, and then so apparently the camera is the ear, so you want to put it by the camera. But or you can just like do this thing right here and just crank it up to 1, and it shouldn't make a difference, I think. And then so like when I play this, it's really loud. Like that's just way too loud. So what we can do, oh, but we need to add an audio clip first. So navigate to your rock audio clip, and just like add it, and then. But like let's so now what we need to do is we need to go over to our video editor thing, and then so see this green one, that's like apparently our audio, and then so what we can do is we just crank that down. And then you see that already sounds a lot better. But if we come over here and if we actually like sit and like look at it, it's not going to be good. Oh, it's actually good. I got it first try apparently. But so basically, if your sound does not line up with your particle thing, what you need to do is you need to go over to the NLA editor and then like adjust it. This is see right here. There's this thing, and then all you got to do is just move this thing wherever you want the audio clip to start. And then also, if you're really smart and you get it first try, like not on frame 1, and like you know exactly what you want, you could just like if you could like if you add in your speaker at frame 71 here, then all of a sudden your audio clip starts at frame 71. Or at least that's what I learned in a video. I don't know. It should work. Okay, so let's see here. We got lights, camera, sound. What are we missing? Oh yeah, we still need to like do the roar. So let's actually try doing that like thing that I just said at the 71. So if we like play it. Okay, so it's like around like here. We want the roar to sound. So the roar that I have, it sounds like this. So I think that we can like definitely add it. So let's just add in another speaker, and we'll set that one to 1, and then so what we're gonna like do is we're gonna like actually parent this to the wait, but let's actually see if we have like a whole pan effect, because if we do it here, I think it might work better with headphones. Okay, but then if we have it animates with the like if we say like it starts right here, so I location, and then like over here, let's see how that sounds. I don't know how well that works. Maybe it'll work with headphones, but we can just leave it. Okay, so I think it's like pretty much ready to go. We got our creature, we got our volumetrics, and then so now let's see what it looks like in the cycles render engine. And so like my cycles is kind of bad. So one of the things you can do is so these things is like really important. I always like increase it to 1 because I don't have a GPU in my computer. And then you just hit denoise, and then I like say 5 samples and then 5 samples. Okay, and then like let's see what it looks like here. Okay. So this like let's just so we'll do like 2 renders. This is what I like to do. I like to what? Okay. Wait, what? Why is it not working? Why is the guy not showing? Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna use Eevee. Like I mean, I think it looks pretty good with Eevee. Maybe we do some motion blur. Okay. Well, now so I'm not quite sure how to. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I just solved a big problem. So when I've been trying to render this, the snake isn't like showing up at all, and I think I just solved that problem. But before I show you how to solve that problem, if you have that problem, for the settings, like the render settings, you want to like have your like file. I probably wouldn't recommend what I did. I just did straight the download file, but like I'm just making this straight in a video. You could do an image sequence, but I'm doing video. So you do the FMVEG video, you do the Mavic 4, you do this thing, and then you do perpetually lossless, and then you do stereo and MP3, and yeah, just make sure everything looks like this. And then you want to go over to the wherever you have a. You can always like add one to video editing, and then you want to have the sound of the video, but you want to get rid of the actual like video. So now it should like work, hopefully. Okay.